Hey everyone, welcome to our daily gratitude and affirmation practice. Thank you so much for being here. All right, so this is usually where I say, let's get right into the gratitudes, but I'm going to do something a little bit different tonight. Yesterday, and I don't really know how this happened, but yesterday I hit my year mark of making gratitude and affirmation videos. And that was supposed to be today, but maybe it did an extra video somewhere in there. But anyways, I wanted to do a different video for tonight. And I want to just reflect on what doing a year of gratitudes and affirmations, what that feels like once you get to the end of it. Do you feel any different? Is this a relevant practice? And I can honestly say, looking back at when I really committed to this practice, I was at a point in my life where I wasn't happy with where I was job-wise. I wasn't fulfilled. Didn't really know myself as well as I know myself now. And really, I was very depressed. I was angry, and I just didn't feel good. And I just remember going to work. I was driving to work one day, and occasionally throughout my life, I will stop and think that I'm grateful for this thing or that thing. But there was a moment driving to work where I was like, you know what? If I'm grateful for this one thing, why don't I make this a habit and try and change my mentality about the situation that I'm in? If nothing else, than to give myself moments of reprieve from what was going on in my life. And I started from that day, and I didn't really stop. And it was maybe a year later that I started this channel and made videos about gratitudes and affirmations, and now I'm here. So, I don't want to alarm anyone that the videos will continue. I do want to add different types of videos in the future, videos that showcase my life more and what I'm passionate about. It's a work in progress. But what have I learned from this practice? I guess I could say 10 things I've learned from a year of gratitude and affirmations. Number one, doing anything consistently for a year is a great achievement. I'm so proud of myself that I've done this consistently for a year and stuck with it. I think with anything, even if you love to do it, there's going to be moments where there's resistance. You don't want to do it. You're insert, however you feel there. You're tired. You've had a long day. You're stressed out. But number two, recognize the importance of this practice and the effects it has on my mental state. I find myself, even outside of these videos, because I've been doing it now for a fairly long time, it's now become a habit. So when I'm in moments where I'm not doing well, or I'm frustrated, or dealing with something difficult, my brain will automatically just start to think of like little things. Or if I'm struggling with something, it'll start to think of an affirmation for that. And I honestly think that's a really powerful tool, because I can be with myself in the difficult moments, but also build myself up at the same time to recognize that I have strengths, that it is just a tough moment, that I will get through it, and that I still can find happiness and joy, even if it's in something small, or just peace, serenity. Number three, what I've realized from doing this practice for a year, it makes such a difference in how you look at life. I go into situations now and I give myself that time, if I'm frustrated or emotionally attached, or, going through a difficult time, to feel all those emotions. But I also recognize that there are going to be ways out. in terms of moving forward, in terms of having a tool set for myself that I can rely on, that I've been consistently building, that it doesn't require a lot of effort, that now is a formation of a habit. And I'm grateful in those moments where, when it feels like all else is going wrong in life, that there's still something I can do for myself. That feels really good. Number 4, and I'm getting like kind of emotional because this is just, it seems like such a simple thing, right? Like just gratitudes and affirming things to yourself, but it makes such a difference. And I wish more people knew about this and cultivated this skill set. And just gratitude is so powerful. Because number 4, what I've realized about this, number 4 is gratitude anchors you to the present moment. Even if that present moment is not something you want to be going through, it anchors you within yourself to then find those skill sets or emotional tools in which to go through the situation. And it makes you present in a different way. So instead of having your sole focus being everything else that's going wrong in your life, your focus now is on something that gives you strength. And inadvertently, you can use that strength to get you through the tough moment onto something that is much more joyful and better for you. Number 5, what I've realized is my mindset is powerful. And a lot of times I think we get emotionally attached to situations and it feels like there's no way out. And we don't know how to unattach. Gratitude gives you something else to attach and focus on. It changes that energy so you can use it for something the way you want to use it and not feel emotionally tied to something that is either draining you, keeping you down, keeping you stuck, or what feels like emotionally stuck. And these are all things that I'm so grateful for. The 6th thing I've learned about this practice is that affirming something to yourself, even if you don't believe it, is so powerful. So there are, moments and situations where I lack confidence in myself. And if I reaffirm to myself that, I don't know, I am confident, or, just my skill set is growing to encompass this task that I'm maybe not adept at yet. If I give myself that reminder, and I know I've said this in videos before, it's less about whether or not you believe it's true and more about hearing the message spoken out loud and then giving yourself that focus. It's taking away your focus on the weaknesses that you assume that you see, and it's giving you something to strive to that ends up being true in the end. That's the other thing I found about this. There's not a single thing that I've affirmed to myself after a year of doing this. So I guess this would be number 7. There is not a single thing that I have said to myself that I then, if I didn't believe it, that, stays that way. All of the affirmations that I've said come true. And, whether some people might think that's because I then have built-in confidence, whether that's, just reaffirming that into the universe and it, energetically coming my way or being aligned. The fact is that what you tell yourself does have a profound effect on what is going on in your life. And not only that, but the trajectory that you are creating with your life or creating with your thoughts. Words are such power. And I think we don't consider enough and are aware enough of the way that we speak, how we speak, and what that has as an effect on us. How we potentially might be the largest contributor to where we are in our own lives. Simply by, reaffirm whatever we're reaffirming to ourselves. The 8th thing that I've realized with this practice is that I greatly enjoy the connection that I have with myself and the depth at which my connection with myself has grown. Simply by giving myself those 5 to 10 minutes every day where I'm just affirming to myself things that I want for myself, or things that I want to believe, or things I do believe, things that I want to continue seeing in my life, things that I'm just so grateful for, whether it be experiences, the people I love in my life. I think it's so important that we give back to ourselves. And this is such an easy way to boost up our moods, how we feel about ourselves, the way that we connect with ourselves. Because it also really makes obvious if we aren't being kind to ourselves, if there's something we don't like about ourselves. It's also a way that we can start working on that without having to really go in depth or think about complex tools. The 9th thing that I've learned from this practice is how much I wish that other people got anything positive from my videos, anything that could radically change their lives or is a truth for them. Because I do believe you shouldn't ever just listen to somebody else. But there are things that truthfully reverberate with other people. And I really hope that if someone needs peace or serenity or confidence in themselves, or to just focus, just have some positivity, some light, some love, that's what they've got from this practice, because I've experienced some pretty deep shifts with this. And I just hope that in some way this has given at least one other person something positive, something that changed their life in an impactful way, that they get some of the same outcomes. Because I do wish for everyone in the world that we experience as much peace and love and light and laughter, joy and fun that we possibly can. We only get to live one life within this lifetime, so we might as well take every positive, every thing that gives us life and makes us feel alive from it that we can. And the last thing that I've learned about this practice is that I'm going to keep doing it. While that's true, I think the last thing is just how grateful I feel for being able to watch my growth and progression and just consistency lead to something that changed my life. And I've put in a lot of hard work into my life over the last couple of years. Really, like every moment, just working towards certifications, working towards a new career path, working on myself and my own self-growth with therapy, working on, growing a community. But what keeps me moving in the right direction is reaffirming that connection with gratitudes and my affirmations. It's almost like a guideline, right? So if something after doing this practice, if something doesn't seem to line up and, I'm hitting a roadblock, it's almost like now I turn to my practice, and then that kind of shows me either what's lacking, or not what's lacking, but what's missing for me within that situation, or something I need to work on, or even just a reminder to take a pause, that I always have infinite possibilities. And I just need a little bit of space in which to see them. So those are just 10 things that I've learned with this practice and doing it for a year. I'm so proud of myself because, again, if any of you are doing anything for an extended length of time and you're consistent about it, I'm just like, props to you. That's so awesome that you found something that you want to be consistent with. And I think a lot of times also we're hard on ourselves if we lose that consistency or we mess up. So also remember, just as easy as it is to lose consistency, all it requires is one step forward to regain that consistency. So I hope that you guys have gotten something out of this year of videos. Starting tomorrow, I'll be back at doing the gratitudes and affirmations. And, I love you all. I love everyone who's commented. I really hope all of you are just doing well and are just having a good week. And if you're not, I really hope that this gave you one more tool in which to navigate those difficult moments and those difficult situations. But I think that's where I'm going to cut it for tonight. Thank you guys so much. I love you all, and I will see you back here for tomorrow's video. Bye, everyone.